Good morning from the San Bernardino County District Attorney and District Attorney's Office. I want to thank you for being here today on a very important topic that I'd like to share with you. First and foremost, it has been our policy, our foundation in the District Attorney's Office, the strongest asset in the District Attorney's Office as prosecutors and staff that work in this office is that of our ethics and integrity. You see, every day we make decisions that impact people's lives, whether it be suspects, victims, witnesses, police officers, everybody that comes into contact with the law enforcement, public safety community. We are in a new world. In the new world, we have social media, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. We have everything that all of us use. In that world, there is now an issue regarding what is protected by the First Amendment, which is near and dear to all of us as Americans, absolutely as a constitutional right. Balancing that to which allows us an ability to keep a government workplace in an ethical position. That was handed down in the Pickering balancing test by the United States Supreme Court way back in 1968. This isn't anything new. What is new is, again, the modern world of social media and technology. So we need to catch up, and we are going to do that. On June 28, 2018, we received information regarding negative comments posted online by one of our prosecutors. At that time, we took immediate steps to initiate a personnel investigation. The San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office does not condone hate, discrimination, or incitement of violence. Our community and the entire criminal justice system depends on having a fair, ethical, and unbiased prosecutor. We must insist on that, an unbiased prosecutor. Deputy District Attorney Michael Sellian will be on administrative leave pending the conclusion of the formal investigation, which could result in disciplinary action leading up to termination. Again, we take these matters seriously. All of us that are in the public safety world that we deal with seeking justice, myself, the Public Defender's Office, the courts, the probation department, those of us that work together, we want to do it in the right way without adding any bias, even if it's speculated bias, into the decisions we make. And we will continue to do that. That is my short statement. If there's any questions, I'd be willing to answer. Yes?
When you first looked at the social media posts, what was your reaction?
I was offended by the comments, not just as the district attorney, but as a prosecutor. And I think then further, as the district attorney, I was really concerned with comments regarding officer-involved shootings, because we handle those cases, as you know, on a daily basis. We currently are investigating officer-involved shootings. And to make any comments regarding whether it's general comments or statements and what was stated impacts the ability for us to ensure the integrity of this office and making sure the public knows that we are doing these cases and investigating these cases in an unbiased fashion.
Can you talk about how comments like these may impact legal proceedings, public defenders, defense attorneys, judges, prospective jurors?
Sure. That was one of the other concerns we have. You know, there could be motions in limine before trial about some of the comments, depending on other issues, racial biases, etc., because of the comments that were made, and those kinds of issues that could arise in a court of law. I'm concerned too about the media. Believe me, I have over thousands of emails from across America concerning this issue and this matter, and I'm concerned about jurors being selected in our county to determine a case that's impacted by statements from an attorney in this office.
Where did he cross the line with respect to freedom of speech versus the ethical policy that your office has?
Yeah, and that was a tough conversation to have with staff. I have to tell you that I've worked well with the county council. We've worked with the county HR department, but really where it crosses the line for the district attorney and the district attorney's office is how it impacts the men and women that serve our office every day in their ability to take a case to court, to seek justice. And that's when we decided that we had to take these steps, these serious steps. And I would make that comment to the public. If there's anybody that feels that perhaps there was some bias or circumstances regarding his cases, we have a conviction review unit that we've had in place. We would look at any cases. I've assigned my assistant DA, Gary Roth, to overlook his cases and to make sure that justice was done. And I will say this on the record, we have had no indication, prior indication of Mr. Selliam and any type of bias regarding his cases. But that's not to say we won't review them, especially if there's a request to do so. Sure, and I can't talk about specifically what was going on in his mindset, but generally speaking, when you talk about somebody that should have been shot, perhaps killed, when you talk about, generally speaking, about officer-involved shootings, people are deserved to be shot without getting into the facts. Every case is totally different. It's very concerning, and I think that's where you balance the First Amendment right versus the impact it's going to have, not just on our cases, the San Bernardino County DA's office, but DA's offices and prosecutors' offices across America. I have had the honor of knowing thousands of DAs, and their ethics and integrity are just outstanding and pure. And this is the kind of behavior and language that is going to call that into question, and rightly so. And like I said, people are calling on me to take some action. Now I'm taking the action to protect the integrity of this office and the integrity of prosecutors across America, and we'll continue to do so.
But Mr. Ramos, can I ask you, I mean, are you, and maybe I missed it earlier, but
Sure.
Are you not outraged or surprised? Because when you talk about the ethics of the office,
Right.
this is a gentleman who went to law school. This is what you
Right.
study. It's
Right.
not, there's no gray area. You
Right.
know that what you put in black and white,
Right.
that's something you can use in a deposition, in court of law, et cetera. So, I mean, he
Yeah.
knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and to answer your question, I've taken this very serious. That's why he is on administrative leave. We have a personnel that could lead up to termination, and this is a very serious matter. And I am it's deeply concerning to me because of the fine men and women of this office and DA's offices across America that do their job every day with ethics and integrity, and that is disturbing.
So what's the process? You're saying he's suspended. So is that 3 weeks out from a possible termination? What does that look like?
I talked to the county today. I don't want it to last forever. I want this done as soon as possible, following all the guidelines and rules and regulations of those types of issues.
What could that look like? So defining that as soon as possible, what does that mean?
That means that they're going to get an investigative team on this. It's already being investigated, but they're going to make it a priority because I requested it to be a priority.
Does your office have a policy on prosecutors and postings on social media?
We don't have a specific social media policy, but we do have policies in place regarding professional conduct as a prosecutor. And look, I tell my staff all the time, and deputy DAs and some that are in this room, they know you're a prosecutor 24/7. It's not an 8 to 5 job, it's what you do every day. The public looks at you as leaders in the community, and that's what we have to keep in mind as we go through this process.
You kind of touched on this earlier, but what would you say to critics who are concerned just over the fact that he felt that he could do this, put this out there, and they're concerned about maybe a culture within the DA's office that would allow this?
there's no culture within the DA's office that would allow this. I will tell you that now, because there were some of our own attorneys that were very upset about this. That's really how it first came to my attention from my staff, that attorneys in the office were very concerned with statements because they have to go to court every day. And that's what I'm talking about. When you balance the First Amendment rights that we as Americans truly are blessed with, when you talk about a constitution versus that is impacting a system such as ours that is so important in the balance of justice for Americans, and not only across America, but here in San Bernardino County.